Hello everyone, myself Juveria Siddiqa, lecturer in Zoology, Department of Zoology, MBS Government Degree College, Mehboob Nagar. So, in this module, I am going to discuss about the endocrine system. What are the endocrine system? Let us see. And what is the definition for endocrine system? What are the endocrine glands? Different types of the endocrine glands. What are the different types of the secretions, or we can say the hormones which are released from the endocrine system. In this module, we can go through with the different types of the glands and what are the function and what are the different types of the secretions released by the hormones or the endocrine hormones. Before going to start about this is the topic from the physiology. Let me introduce about the topic regarding to the physiology. This is the topic from the physiology from the paper from the paper 5th and from the paper 7th for the final year students. I am going to prepare this module from the physiology, and in the physiology this is a subtopic about that endocrine system. And then now let us start about the first of all, before knowing the functions of the different glands, we have to know what are the glands. If we see the introduction, or we can say the definition for the glands, glands are nothing but it is a group of cells which take certain material from the tissue fluids and make new substances of them. Nothing but in the simple form we can say like that, this is a group of cells, means it is a tissue. A gland is nothing but a tissue which secrete the some of the fluid substances or some secretions. Those are called as the like glands, and some of the hormones we can say it as like the enzymes and the hormones or the liquid material. All the terminologies are the same and similar in function. And now if we classify about the, or we take the classification of the glands, we can classify it into the two types. One is like exocrine glands and the another one is called as the endocrine glands. See here another terminology or the another term is also there for the exocrine glands. What is the difference between the exo? If we talk about the differentiate, or the we can say like this. Suppose if we say that exo in the sense nothing but outside, it shows that outside, means not about the outside. Whatever the secretions of the glands, that secretions has to be passed or flow into the body part in the free area, in the body cavity, in the free area, the free space of the body. And whereas another term, like if we take about the endocrine, endo in the sense as we know this is about the internal, means the hormones or the secretions are the glands which secrete their secretion into the ducts or the vessels or the blood vessels. So these are called as the endo or the endocrine glands. Depend upon that the secretions, how they are secreting, and where they are secreting, they may be classified into these two classes, exocrine glands and the endocrine glands. And what about the duct glands and the ductless glands? See, whatever the exocrine glands are there, those are the duct glands, means they are associate with that duct. It consists of ducts. It attach with the some ducts. It needs the help for the attachment to the tubular system, that is called as the duct glands. Whereas endocrine in the sense which secretes into the tissue and the blood, they are directly secrete their secretions into the fluid, like connective fluid. If we take the example for the connective fluid, this is nothing but the blood and the tissue. So I think this may be the clear for you that first of all, what are the glands? Glands are nothing but these are the group of cells which has the capacity to produce or to secrete some the liquid or the fatty material. Those are called the glands. And if we talk about the classification, it may be classified into the two types, like again the exocrine glands and the endocrine glands, duct glands and the ductless gland. This is some of the classification of the glands. And in the body of individuals. Here we are dealing with the physiology of the human beings. We are going through with the physiology of the human beings. So are the vertebrates. We can talk about like the human beings also nothing but these are also the vertebrates. So what are the different types of the glands which play the major role in the body of the individual, that is called as, let us discuss in this session. Now see, if we talk about the different types of the endocrine glands, are the ductless glands in the body of individual, are the example, if we again taking the example of the human beings one by one, if we see that first one is the hypothalamus. Hypothalamus is a first gland which is again endocrine in function, and then pineal gland another one, and I'll discuss in the next slide what is the what are the structures of each and every gland and what are the secretions from the each and every gland. So now just we talk about the gist, or now I'm just giving the gist or whatever the list is there mentioning on the slide. You can see on the slide that hypothalamus, pineal gland, pituitary gland. Again, if you see the structure of pituitary, it may be classified or it may be divided into the anterior pituitary, see, and posterior pituitary. Basically, the pituitary gland again consists of three lobes. In these three lobes, the three lobes are combined to form a two lobes. So it may be classified into the anterior region and the posterior region. The hormones also may be secreted from these two parts or two lobes. Those are the different in functions. So here mentioning about that anterior pituitary and the posterior pituitary. And then thyroid gland, parathyroid gland, thymus, adrenal gland. Adrenal gland is also divided into two parts, are the two regions. If we talk about the structure of the adrenal gland, again it is also consist of the outer region and the inner region. This is the cortex, which is the outer region, and medulla, this is the inner region. Two regions are there, or we can say like this, the peripheral one, which is a surrounding structure, that is the peripheral region is called as the cortex, and internal central region, what is the central region is there, that is called as the medulla region. So adrenal gland is also divided into the two parts. One is the cortex region, another one is the medulla region. Now islets of Langerhans. This is about the pancreas. Here islets of Langerhans nothing but this is the region or the pancreas. Pancreas is also mentioning in the exocrine function. At the same time, it also plays the major role in the endocrine function. And here gonads, again the reproductive structures. Gonads are nothing but in the females, see the ovaries are the reproductive structures are the gonads, whereas in the males that is the testes. So these are the some of the endocrine glands. And one more thing, if we see in this diagram also, you can see that where the locations, where the origin and the where it should be localized in the individual body. You can see here, see the pineal gland is again related to the head region. Pineal means showing this picture again to the head region, means at the anterior region of the individuals, and hypothalamus, it is also present at the anterior region, and pituitary gland. Pituitary gland, as each and everybody know, that is the master gland of the individuals. We can also call it as like a master gland. Means these three hormones these three glands are present at the anterior region of the individuals in the body of individuals, like the pineal gland and the hypothalamus gland and the pituitary gland. And I want to tell you one thing about this pineal gland. This pineal gland is also called as like alarm gland. It is maintaining the body's alarm, means the waking, the when we wake up, when we are going to sleep. So this could be maintained by our pineal gland. So this gland is also called as the pineal gland. And hypothalamus, it is like a control machine, we can say like this. It is like a CPU of our body system. It control the total releasing function, or we can say the regulation function of the different hormones. It act as like a regulating hormone, and it also act as like a inhibitory hormone, stimulatory hormone and the inhibitory hormone, which is inhibit the secretion of different types of the function. So I think in the next slide I am going to discuss about what are the releasing hormone, what are the growth promoting hormone, and what are the inhibitory hormones which are released from this hypothalamus. And then pituitary gland, it is also called as like the master gland of the individuals. Our bodies, the master gland, which is again the small pea shape, a button shaped gland which is present at the head region. So it is the master gland. It controls the it secretes the different types of the releasing hormones, which again control over the another type of different types of the endocrine glands. Now thyroid gland, see, if we see the location of the thyroid gland, this thyroid gland is present at the near about the neck region. It is present at the neck, or the it is localized towards the surrounded or the lateral region of the trachea. The location, if we are talking about the location where it is localized, the thyroid gland is localized at the neck region, at that which surround the our trachea system. And then parathyroid, see, the parathyroid is also, if you see the structure or the location of the parathyroid, this is the parathyroid. It is like a butterfly gland. It is look like as a butterfly structure. It is present on the thyroid gland. That's why it is also called as the parathyroid gland. Thyroid gland, and another one is like parathyroid gland on the dorsal aspect of the thyroid gland. Where it is present, see, if we see the location here, particularly clearly mentioning that the parathyroid gland is present on the dorsal surface of the thyroid gland. And the thymus, thymus is present at the thoracic region. This region of the individuals is called as the thoracic region, or the anterior region. This is like a thoracic region and anterior region, or you can say that it is like a ventral region, or it is also called as the anterior ventral region of the individual. This thymus gland is present, which secrete the thymosin. It is also play the major role into the immune system. I think in the last previous classes I discussed about that what are the thymus, what is the structure of thymus, and which type of the cells regarding the T cells which play the major role into the immunity. So these are the different types of the glands, or we can say that the thymus gland is again plays a major role in the endocrine system, in the secretion of the hormones, in the development and the growth of the individuals. At the same time, it also plays the another type of the physiological system of the individuals in the protection in purpose, that is which act as a body soldier system, or we can say which prevent the body from the entry of different types of the pathogen. There also in the immune system also it plays its role into that system also. And then the another one is the adrenal gland. See, the adrenal gland, if we talk about the adrenal gland, where it is present, adrenal glands are present on the anterior region or the suprarenal region, which is also called as the supra, in the sense the above surface of the renal, means according to the renal, in the sense it relates the kidney, structure of kidney. If we see the location of these adrenal glands, see here the adrenal glands are placed, it is a pair of kidneys, and on the each set of a kidney a pair of adrenal glands are present. The another name for the adrenal glands is also called as the suprarenal glands, means the above surface of the kidneys, and pancreas. Pancreas are also plays as a endocrine system, which again secrete some type of hormones and the enzymes. And gonads, again if we talk about the gonads, they also secrete some type of hormones and the some type of hormones like the estrogen, progesterone, so which maintain the reproductive growth of an individual, which is a very much important for the growth of an individual. Such type of hormones like the estrogen, progesterone, lactin hormone, and then what we can say, that is a milk producing hormone, again the lactogen hormone. So these are all the produced from the ovary, and the testosterone, male growth hormone, androgens, which again maintain the secondary structures in the male individuals like the testes from the, it is a, the major function is that these organs are the reproductive organs. Even though these are all the reproductive organs, they also secrete some type of the hormones. That's why we are studying this system into the endocrine system, or it is a part of endocrine glands. I think till now what we are discussed, it's a clear for you people. So if we talk about the gist, like a, if you see the glimpse, what are the different types of the hormones, we discuss one by one in the upcoming slides. So first of all, I want to tell you a list once again. The different types of the endocrine system are the endocrine glands which are present into the human body, like the hypothalamus, pineal gland, pituitary gland, thyroid gland, parathyroid gland, thymus, adrenal gland, islets of Langerhans, nothing but from the pancreas, and gonads. Again the gonads, again we are talking about that anterior and the posterior, that is the gonads. If we talk about the gonads, these are like the ovaries, see now this is about the hypothalamus. If we talk about the hypothalamus, this is the area or location, this region, this hypothalamus here. So at this region hypothalamus gland is present. And what is the function, what it plays, what it regulates, the regulation, how it maintains the body functions in the different manner means, see this is, it controls the temperature. If we talk about the hypothalamus, what it controls the temperature control, or it maintains the body temperature. And then water balance, the another function what it plays, water balance. And then eating behavior of a individuals, means if you are getting hungry, the feeling of hungry, or if you want to take some food, so those are all signals come from the hypothalamus. And it also controls the urinary bladder control, means in the sense if you want to go for the natural cause, or if you want to release the urine which will be stored in the urinary bladder, that function is also maintained by the hypothalamus. So different what we can say here, the different types of the working which will be take place by the hypothalamus. And like the secondary respiratory system and the blood pressure system. So this is the regions what I am going to tell here. In the brain different points are there, different centers are there, which place at the their working condition when the need of individuals. What is the temperature? If the temperature will be the high or the temperature will be the low, the equilibrium, what we can say, to maintain the equilibrium in the body's temperature that could be taken up by this hypothalamus gland. And the body osmotic pressure, or we can say the water potential, the potential of the particles like ion charge particles, the salt concentration in the body of individuals, that is also maintained by the hypothalamus. So this is the location where it is present. It is present at the anterior lateral position. Here it is present at the ventral, or we can say the anterolateral region of the brain. This is the structure of brain where we are seeing that cerebellum and the ponus virilli, which is the ventral region of the brain, and the medulla. These are the some parts of the brain. And if we talk about the location about the hypothalamus, if we are talking about this hypothalamus, I'll show you. See, this is the origin or the location where it is present, and here from here it is producing the signals to regulate the different types of the habits or the need upon the, or the person which is need or feeling some type of different conditions, or the showing the response. And how the showing the response? By getting some signals, means we are going, or we are suffering from the high temperature, or individual suffering from the very much low temperature. Then how to maintain the body's temperature, how to maintain the thermo temperature in the individual's body, that could be response by the signals which we are getting from the external environment, that could be maintained by this hypothalamus. And see, introduction, or if we talk about the functions of the hypothalamus, it regulates emotions, feeding, means the, as I just now I told about that, the eating habit or the eating behavior, that is maintained by this hypothalamus. And the anxiety and the thirst, both body temperature, thirst and the body temperature. Thirst in the sense, it again maintains regarding the water balance. When we are getting feeling thirst, when we are feeling thirsty means when our body demands of the water, when our body needs the water, then we are getting thirst. So it fulfill the demand of a body for the water balance. So these are the some of the regulation processes, or the it regulates the different types of processes by the hypothalamus. And another type, if we talk the second point about this hypothalamus, the controls the release of hormones from the anterior and the posterior pituitary. See, if you take the example of any growth hormone, like from the anterior gland, from the anterior pituitary, the name of that gland, suppose if you are taking about the growth hormone releasing hormone, suppose if you are taking about the growth hormone releasing hormone, means here the releasing hormone, it is getting the signal from the hypothalamus to release from the pituitary. At the same time, growth hormone inhibitory hormone, the another hormone, if we taking about the example, growth hormone inhibitory hormone. So here also it is getting the signals from that hypothalamus to inhibit or to stop the process, to halten the process. Now, hypothalamic releasing hormones. What are the different types of the hypothalamic releasing hormone? Are the hormones which releases the another hormones which is responsible for the releasing the hormones from the another glands. Like 7 releasing hormones are made in the hypothalamus, like the thyrotropins. Tropins in the sense promoting hormones, which is releasing hormones, which is enriching hormone. Troping in the sense it giving some nutritional purpose, it is releasing to some getting the nutritional purpose. So that is why it is also called as like thyrotropin releasing hormone, TRH, and corticotropin releasing hormone, CRH. Gonadotropin, this corticotropin, let me tell you, this is a hormone from that adrenal glands. like cortisol and adrenaline. So these are the different types of the hormones which are released from the adrenal gland. So this is the corticotropin releasing hormone, gonadotropin releasing hormone. In the sense, just now we talk about like testes and the ovaries, those are the gonads, and from those testes and the ovaries, whatever the hormones which is secreting are in the releasing function, that could be controlled by this hypothalamus. So we are studying here growth hormone, releasing hormone, GH, RH in the sense, this is a short form like thyrotropin releasing hormone, corticotropin releasing hormone, gonadotropin releasing hormone, and then growth hormone releasing hormone. And now this is about that. In this session we discussed about that what are the definition for endocrine gland and what are the first gland like the hypothalamus gland, what are the location and what it regulates, and what are the different releasing hormones from the hypothalamus. So in the next module we are going the continue session for this topic, that is about the endocrine system. And in this module or in this session today I am going to conclude about this session by the end of this topic. Thank you for listening.